Hello, everyone. We are live with this week's episode of Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Iman. So we're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are, who we'll be playing, and then I'll throw it over to our dungeon master. So let's start with Igor.
Cool, I'm Shiny Pilot 206. I will be playing Igor tonight, the hunchback manservant of Wendell, and I'm not going to even continue the rest of his name. You'll hear it, I'm sure, later tonight. Look forward to playing tonight, and hopefully you guys help take care of your Igor, because he is hurt from the last episode. He is messed up, so excited to play.
Awesome. And I am the warlock Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. Obviously a nobleman. And is, just doing good things and making connections and, not at all scheming ever. So, yeah, that's me. And we have next to me a fantastic Harlan Flipcloak.
Oh, yes, I'm playing Harlan. I am a hobgoblin soldier. I am a wizard. And I foresee someone crit failing tonight.
Oh my. Well, you are a divination wizard, so it'll probably happen. Next up, we have the lovely, the fantastic Howl.
Hello. I'm Nuggetosaurus, and I'm playing Howl, the grumpy, kind of human fighter. Yeah, I guess that came out last episode when I wasn't here. But yeah, so I'm excited to wake up from falling off a roof.
It happens. Don't worry. You'll be fine. And last but certainly not least of our players tonight, we have Lamont Quinlan.
Oh, it's Monday. That must mean I'm in Exandria. I'm at Travis Bowles. I'm playing Lamont Quinlan. I live inside a dream. I'm floating over an ocean of black waves. I'm hanging out in the Mauve Room. I'm very glad to be here. Let's rock.
Excellent. And of course, our dungeon master for this evening to control or at least guide this madness along. Deception check.
Hi, great. Yeah, I'm Deception Check. I'm the infinitely powerful dungeon master of this madness that we call Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Iman. Let's take a look at what we did last week. Hal took a dive off the roof and became a landing pad for the person who knocked her off because Wendell's a really good shot. Then our entire group was unable to catch two little drow in a street. That kind of thing happens. And then they found out that they played into the hands of the people they've been trying to stop recently by chasing the drow, leaving Varna Siffa open to attack. So they rush back into the house. He's being attacked by 4 cultists and 2 mechanical constructs. The constructs get the better of him, almost get away, but due to the quick thinking of one Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers, as he took the form of the High Tinker and persuaded them to believe that he is part of their madness, was able to help Varna get away, where they then dispatched the rest of the cultists, burned down the bedroom of their benefactor, and now we find ourselves downstairs. Everyone is awake except for one Howl, who is still over the shoulder of a nearly unconscious Igor. So we find ourselves on the main room in the main hall of Varna Siffa's manor in Iman. Varna Siffa is there being mauled by his servants, which are 10 male and female humans that are happy to see that he is safe, and he is equally happy to see that his servants are also safe. Everyone else is around. What do you guys want to do?
Master, my head hurts.
Yes. Excuse me, but could we have accommodations for those of us who are injured for this evening?
Oh, of course. The 3rd floor. I'll have it made up right away. Yes, everyone. Thank you very so much, servants. Please, but please prepare our heroes' rooms upstairs. Make sure they're well done. Change the sheeting, all that. Take care of it, please. They'll take care of that for sure. Is there anything else that you need? I am exceptionally in your debt now. especially you, Wendell. Thank you for rescuing me.
Oh, well, that is what friends are for, is it not?
Oh, of course. Of course. I do count you as a friend now after this, and I feel lucky to do so. I just can't believe that I thought it was the Drowls that were following me that was doing all this, and now I have to think of someone else. What I mean, they kept asking about... I need wine. I'm going to go sit down in my parlor, gather your thoughts, look to your friends that are injured, and then if you have any questions, I'll be in a glass in my parlor.
Of course.
Thank you. He turns and walks away. Igor, you feel Hal stirring on your shoulder. It seems that she might be coming to consciousness now.
Oh, Martha,
Yeah.
she moved, and he's going to bend down and like ease her into the arms.
Just keep in mind that she's, buff and wearing chainmail.
Yes,
So...
I don't anticipate me holding you for very long.
Okay.
Here you go, Martha.
Igor's helping her hold.
Yeah, he's like,
So, Igor, you're helping Wendell hold?
yes.
Hal? Okay. All right, that works. Hal, you come to consciousness in the surprisingly masculine arms of one Wendell.
And you feel shaking arms underneath you as well as you were trying to hold.
Oh, good. You're awake.
Yeah. Put me down?
You are terribly injured.
Igor's gonna let it go.
I'm gonna like, and then gently set her down.
Thanks.
You could be very badly injured. Can you walk?
Everything hurts.
You did fall off a roof. Well, you.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
You bumped your noggin.
It was.
I remember being tackled off the roof, to be fair.
Yes.
What the fuck happened?
A lot, actually.
Your head sounded like a watermelon when you drop it.
Oh man.
Okay. It still doesn't tell me what happened.
So, there were these drow who, when we spoke to them, said they were protecting our friend here, an associate here, Mr. Siffa. Upon hearing that, I, just being on the roof of this establishment, went down inside and found out that he was being interrogated by cultists who had somehow gotten past all of us and into the house. It was quite disturbing. So, we dispatched of them forthwith and saved the day.
We did. It went well. We nearly burned down the place,
But didn't.
but didn't. That did not happen.
The
Ultimately-
house is perfectly fine. Cultists were on fire. They're not on fire any longer. And
Igor's a little banged up.
yes.
but- You know.
It hurts when I blink.
They didn't stop blinking, Igor.
Igor goes, okay.
I meant, just, why don't you lie down somewhere with the eyes closed?
Igor looks at the floor and he just promptly lays down and closes his eyes.
Works until the rooms are made up. Alright, it's fine.
But, I mean, aside from Igor, everybody's fine. Nobody died. None
No.
of us died.
No, none of us. A lot of cultists died.
Did anybody
Yeah.
die?
Double
Cultists
check.
did.
Oh, also, currently, Harlan is not to be seen. He's not in the room right now.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth one of us?
Lamont, you were last with him, I believe.
Lost track of him. I think he went to the restroom. Who are we talking about?
Harlan.
The
Mr.
red one?
Flipcloak.
The red one.
Yeah, yeah.
With the lovely toupee.
I wasn't going to say anything. Pretty sure he's in the restroom right now. Taking care of, the commode.
Okay. Sure.
So, don't want to bug him.
So what
One
did the
of the,
cultists want? Why were they attacking?
They were interrogating Mr. Siffa. Something about a vault. and where is it, and all that. I was able to get some slight information out of them by pretending to be their leader, which is apparently called the High Tinker. Very strange. They all had the same masks and gold cloaks, so I was able to infiltrate the ranks while everyone else was still catching up.
As you're talking, sir, one of the servants comes around and goes, the rooms are ready. The master is also having wine in the parlor. You may, I can escort you to a room, or I can take you to him if you wish. Oh my, is he all right? The one on the floor?
Yes, blinking made his eyes hurt, so I told him to just shut
Should
them
I
for a
escort him
moment.
to a room?
Probably. That would be best, I believe.
The young man leans down and taps Igor on the shoulder. Sir? Sir?
Yes.
I apologize for disturbing you, but please follow me. I'll take you to your room.
Okay. Igor stands up, but he's got his eyes closed, so he's gonna kind of put his hands out and put his hands on the guy to.
The young man offers an arm for you.
Okay.
I'll lead you, sir. Thank you so much. We are appreciative for what you did for our master.
It hurts to blink. I'm always closed. I follow you, and he's just gonna follow.
All right. Downstairs, Harlan. You have received a glass of wine, and you are convalescing on the floor of the cellar.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought I saw the first floor.
No, when you fell down, when you dropped to the ground, it was outside of the wine cellar, so you were right outside that in the basement.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, all right. Yeah. No one else is around, right?
No. It's
Okay.
just you.
Then I will enjoy some wine and take a short rest.
Okay.
Get a few hit points back.
You will have
And
had
then-
time for that.
I will readjust and make sure that everything is aligned correctly. And then I will walk upstairs as pristine as I normally am.
All right. When you come upstairs, you see, still standing in the main entryway, you see Wendell, you see Lamont, and you see Howell. You see the servants running around very quickly, very busy. Igor is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, good.
Hey,
You're back.
hey, look, it's the big red one. Thought you were pooping.
Really?
Somebody said that.
That was you, Lamont.
What?
He doesn't.
We're glad you're safe. Did you find the booze?
There is wine downstairs, yes.
There's also wine being served in the parlor.
The what?
The
Then-
parlor? You know,
Is that
it's the room we were in earlier drinking wine
is
before
that
dinner.
closer to here than downstairs? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Less stairs.
Hey, get anybody anything? Hal? Anybody? I'm making a run. No?
We could all just walk into the parlor.
I think that is a good idea.
All right. Whatever's your pleasure.
We'll follow you.
Good call. Here we go, folks. We are walking this direction.
After you.
As you'll notice, yes, as you notice, this is the part of the house that was not caught on fire moments ago. So
Can we just not mention the house being on fire?
it has beautiful
it's
artwork.
really behind us. At this point.
tapestries that
Yes.
were not threatened at any point. And, you know, I think it went well, other than leaving the point man vulnerable and therefore being attacked. I thought that the rest of it was a well-oiled machine. I thought we were confident, thought we worked well as a team. I think we could take notes on our communication, you know?
I told you that everyone there is someone on the roof.
See? Apparently that happened, right? I don't remember that. But I'm saying that in future, right? Communication.
Have we received a budget on the collateral damage?
Just don't mention the fire. I believe that it is considered part of the package, seeing as how we did save his life.
See.
The insurance will pay for it.
Are you attempting to deceive me?
No, I'm just saying we should not mention the fire since it is behind us. We are very much looking forwards, and of course, and don't worry, I'm very familiar with what insurance will and will not pay, and I'm fairly certain that Mr. Siffa has cultist incidentals after what happened earlier in Iman a few years back, you know.
I suppose you make a persuasive argument.
I typically do, yes.
Lamont, as you're facing the group, leading them towards the parlor, which they all know where to go to, so it's kind of a not a useful action. You do notice on the floor behind the group as you're walking away, the remains of the mechanical construct that Wendell had dropped. One of the two that were used last night, or just a little while ago. It's still sitting on the floor where Wendell left it for you.
In the parlor?
In
No.
the hallway.
In the hallway.
All right, I'm gonna go check out I gotta check this out.
The
because-
parlor's not that... fine, I'm going to the parlor.
Okay,
Like,
so you
I'll
head
just go.
you head to the mechanical construct. All right, Hal, are you going into the parlor as well? Okay, Hal, Harlan, and Wendell. You walk in and you see Varna Siffa with his hands on his forehead. He's just kind of like head down, shoulders slumped. He just looks a bit worn. There is an empty bottle of wine beside him already, and there is another one opened and a glass full beside him, and he seems to be deep in thought when you walk in.
I'm actually going to go with Lamont.
Okay,
I lied.
that's fine.
I look at the position of the cushions.
Yes.
And then I find the right seat.
Okay. All right. Roll me an intellect check. Let's see. Do you really find the right seat? I want to see. No. When you sit down, it takes you a moment, but this wasn't the right seat. Obviously, the damage you took tonight has thrown off your perception, and you're not able to find it.
I need to recalibrate.
Would some wine help you with that? Wendell's pouring a glass.
I much doubt it, but maybe it'll help me get to the morning faster.
Right, he'll hand you a glass. Pour one for himself.
Oh, good. You've arrived. Wendell, Harlan, I can't say enough for the help you've given me. I thought I was dead this evening. Those horrible monsters that were beating me with their tails. What were those things? They looked like they were metallic.
They were indeed metallic, constructed contraptions of some type. They're being, I believe, they are currently being examined as to potentially learn more about this terrible occurrence.
They kept chanting about the missing vault. I don't even know anything about a vault. I mean, I'm sure there's vaults around town. There's banks, there's temples. Everyone has a vault of some sort.
I just want an insight check.
Hmm?
I just want an insight check.
Go ahead.
I don't know anything about a vault. Oh, I should
And then he
open it.
starts mentioning all these vaults. I'm just saying.
Oh, I rolled a 5. I know I don't have a great insight, so no.
He seems to be rambling a bit.
Yes.
You know, he might be a bit
Disoriented.
affected by his experiences.
Yes, yes. Well, they all seemed a bit unhinged, if you ask me.
Oh, I would agree with you there, but I'm feeling a bit unhinged myself now. I mean, we had a family vault at the home. It was impounded when my father left. Everything was taken out of it. I was penniless basically after he disappeared.
Oh, how tragic.
I've built everything up myself, and I still have to deal with this on a regular basis. But having a cult following me and attacking me in my own home, I don't know.
You should really look into some home security after this.
Did your father leave you anything? Even something mundane?
No, it wasn't even a will. I was like as I said, we had what we had at the home. I was much younger then. I barely an adult. I don't know.
Is this
what sort of
your family home, or is this a more recent?
Oh no! I've only had this for a few years now.
Well,
Once
it is
the wine
quite
business got off the
magnificent.
ground, I've been very happy with it.
Well, it is a
In fact, I
lovely
mean-
estate.
Quite a penny off your vintages.
Yes.
It's very good wine. I can't wait to get our agreements on paper.
Yes, I can't wait as well. Of course, not right now, as we've both had quite an eventful night.
Oh yes, I would agree. I would agree. Now is not the time to make important decisions dealing with gold. Helen, you asked about certain things. Was there anything that you thought my father could have left me? Is there anything that, like, you seem very interested in specifics. Is there anything I can enlighten you with?
Perhaps a letter, or a coin. Anything, even the most simple item could be a key.
No, I have nothing of my father now. He left in the night. I had not known what he'd done until well after the fact. And then to find out he was working with the class I mean, everyone knows who they are, and they helped rescue Amon in our darkest times. They're civic-minded, at least, but now I don't know.
My dear, it is quite the mystery indeed. I'm sure that with, perhaps further research into the matter, maybe some further looking into this cult, we can get to the bottom of this.
Yes. Oh, Elsa, would you run down to the wine cellar? I would like you to bring me the oldest house in Pfeffer you can find in there. I think Wendell would appreciate it within his own vintages, and I think he's earned it.
Oh, well, too kind.
Yes.
It is an excellent vintage, I'm sure.
Now, as you wait for the Hassan Pfeffer to show up, we'll go out to Lamont and Hal looking at the... actually, let's check in with Igor. He was heading upstairs, and we left him alone there. Igor, you've blindly followed this servant up the stairs. You've tripped a few times, but the servant has been quite solid. The young man has held you in place and taken you to a room. So, all right, sir, you have your room here. Everything should be fine. I've made up the bed. Would you like me to turn it down for you?
Wait, turn it down?
Yeah.
Igor's sitting there thinking like, what does turn it down mean?
Would you like me to help you into the bed, sir?
No, nonsense. We're both 7, so I can help myself. And Igor's gonna wander forward, and you got like the arms outstretched. He's gonna knock some expensive stuff over and kind of wander from one corner to the other, trying to get to the bed. I got it. He's got his eyes closed the whole time.
You hear the servant behind you shuffling around, picking up the things as you knock them off. Once you get into bed, he's like, "I'll have a tub brought to your room. After you rest a bit, you can have a bath if you wish. Just ring the bell. It's by your bedside table. It's on your bedside table. I'd be more than happy to take care of that for you."
Just make sure to ask Master for me that I can have permission to bathe.
While you're here, under my master's roof, he said that you are to have whatever you wish. I don't believe that requires you to ask your master.
Whatever I wish?
Yes? Is there anything you need? I can bring it to you now.
Do you have any desserts? Do
We
you
have many desserts.
have any wine? Do you have
Yes.
any bubble bath? I like bubble bath. I've only ever seen Master have a bubble bath.
We have all those things and more, my friend. You've done us a great service.
He's gonna order it all.
He just you don't see it, but you can hear the smile on his face as he's just happy to help because you're a servant that's done good, and he looks up to you at this point. And so he runs out to go get you some things, and so you'll have these arrive in a moment. All right, we'll head downstairs.
The sheets and the pillows, like, ooh, so soft.
We'll head downstairs to the mountain howl. All right.
And, we're walking. We just see the thing,
Yep.
and I get completely distracted and just go right at it.
Okay.
Crouch down next to the beast.
It is a small. It's a larger than like it's about a 3 foot tall, when not destroyed, construct made of brass and cogs and tubes and other pieces of metal that at one time was a flying simian. One of the wings has been destroyed. The other wing seems to be in working order. The head of the construct seems to have been cracked in some way by one of the blasts that knocked it out of the air. It doesn't look like it would be easy to get it in working order again, but then again, you don't know what makes it work.
Look at this. Absolutely beautiful.
I mean, sure, if that's what you're into.
Well, getting in there. Here we go. We're going to find out what makes this thing tick. Here we go. And I just flip it over on its back and attempt to open it up somehow, like it's mistaking it for some sort of living thing that I can just peel open like an orange.
Okay, all right. So you flip it over. It makes a lot of noise. A couple pieces fall off and roll off under a couch. You look at the front side of it. How do you want to try and disassemble this?
I think, if it's got like a seam going down the belly, maybe, or something like that, something near it, or I'll get my.
There's several seams.
One.
Does it have a core?
It's hard to tell. The destroyed right hand side of it is just a mangle of metal and sharp edges. The left side seems to be relatively intact, scratched up, used, but intact. There's several seams, but unless you were to break it open, it'd be kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
It's magnificent. I think I'll probably just completely destroy it reaching into it, but I've got to know what powers it. I've got to know what gets it up and moving around.
You think it's lightning, like the carriages?
It's the most advanced thing I've seen since, I don't know. I've only seen stuff like this in dreams, and I need to know everything about it as soon as possible.
Have at it. Tell me what I can do to help.
Well, we're gonna split it open like a melon here and scoop it out.
Okay. How would you like to approach that? Do you want to see if you want to study it for a moment and see if you can find a way in, or do you just want to bash it and start poking at it?
No, I want to perception check it and very carefully. It has definitely dawned on Lamont at this point that he needs a small toolkit. I know I get like a lock picking thing in my, but I don't think he has like tools like what he now knows he needs on him.
Yeah, not yet. You're only starting to realize this.
Yeah. So, you got anything on you? You got like a what? Like a ice pick or a flathead or a pick or a.
I have a crowbar, I think.
Crowbar will work. Splinter in your foot. I'll take a crowbar. You have a crowbar on you?
Yeah.
I think
I will
should
pull
too.
a crowbar out of my backpack.
Knew I liked you. Give me this.
All right. With that natural 20 perception, giving you a 23.
Really?
I will give that to you. I was going to ask for investigation, but you rolled a 20 anyway, so what does it matter? You notice that along the front carapace of this mechanical construct, there are several different seams. And one of them, there is a small indentation and seems to be several scratches around it, like someone has used a tool to pry this one open regularly for maintenance or for repair work. It's a little bit under the upper chest level. And you point that out. How you see it now, too, once he points it out. It looks like the indentation is a little smaller for a crowbar, but you could probably jam it in there and rip this thing open if you wanted to.
I say go for it. You ready?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right.
All right,
Well,
give me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay, I should probably put my glasses back on so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Okay.
Are we both going to do this?
You could pick. One of you guys can roll. You have advantage.
Oh, no, you're holding the crowbar. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. 20.
Okay. Yeah. You jab that in there and you feel some of the metal give way, but just with a quick, just like flick of the wrist, the chest pops open. And inside you see what looks to be like it's a combination of several cogwheels and springs. And then there in the center is a glowing orb.
Ooh.
With symbols written on it and through it and around it, but it's crushed on one side, as are all the other mechanics on the inside of it.
Okay, can I pull it out?
Crushed in. With that, I'll give you the same athletics check for that. You're able to kind of pry it out. A bit of fluid comes out of it.
Like oil?
Ew.
It's hard to tell. It's viscous. It
Ew.
smells a little funny,
Gross.
but it's not like oils. It's not like lamp oil that you've seen.
Does it stink?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of hand it off to Lamont.
All right.
I mean, I'll keep looking on the inside of this thing.
Take off one of my gloves and kind of hold it in this, hold it in something.
Okay, Hal. Give me a investigation or perception check. Whichever one you want.
Let's go with perception.
Lamont, you're checking out the crushed orb.
I am. I'm carefully
16.
inspecting it.
Okay. Hal, you're looking at the rest of the interior cavity of this construct, and underneath one of the sides that aren't crushed or mangled, behind some of the cogwheels that pop out now that they aren't enclosed anymore, there is a tag that says crafted by Boondiggle. Yes, Boondiggle.
Do I recognize that name?
No, you have not heard that name.
Is it like an actual tag that I can like pull out, or is it like a plate that's like welded on there? Kind of?
No, it looks like it's been like almost like engraved into it. It's a maker's mark.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Quinlan, look at that.
What do you got?
It says it's crafted by Boondiggle. What the fuck kind of name is that?
It's a boondiggle.
I know.
Is that a euphemism for its genitals?
I'm assuming it's a person because it says crafted by. I don't think it'd be crafted by Dick.
No, of course not. That's just ridiculous. Interesting. Well, I think we have its heart here, and I think it peed on me, but I think, we're going to have to
find this Boondiggle. Where? You said there was another one of these things, right? Where is it?
Did we leave it upstairs? Or did it get
I
away?
don't know. I was unconscious the whole fucking time. I'm asking you.
I don't know. I've had a headache for about 2 weeks, so
That's fair.
yeah, my short term might be hazy at this point, but yeah, we got to find the other one, and we got to know what a boondiggle is, because I am sort of in love with this thing, if that's conceivable.
And with that comment, we'll step aside and go back to Igor upstairs. You have a tray sitting in front of you after a few minutes of sweets, desserts, a creme brulee. There are marshmallows. There are pies and slices of cake. At least 10 different desserts in front of you now. There's also a bottle of wine and a glass. And a bubble bath is being prepared for you.
Igor indulges. He just full on, just like one at a time, just hold. But it's not like the fast scarfing down. It's just hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. And he just keeps going, like just sampling one thing after the other, an intermittent swig. But after he empties the glass, though, he's not going to even use the glass anymore. He's just going to bottle.
Okay. When you finish that bottle, another bottle is brought.
Oh, he starts going to town on that bottle too.
Okay.
And more food. He asks for more food.
All right. So do you stop at any point or do you just continue?
he keeps eating until bidden that his bath is ready, but then he's going to bring the tray of food and wine over to him in the bath, and he's going to climb in the bath with the tray of food and wine and start getting in the bath and enjoying the bubbles and scarfing food, and he's getting a little bit of bubbles in his mouth from the bubble bath. But then he's going to add even more bubbles to the bath, and more bubbles to the bath, and more bubbles to the bath. And
At that point, your attendant he just like stopped and like, Sir, I do believe that's more than enough bubbles. It's just wasteful at this point. You'll not get any use out of it.
Okay. Well, can you get me more snacks?
Yes, sir.
Keep eating.
All right. So he will continue to refill your snacks and your wine for as long as you ask for it.
Corey's gonna get a big old piece of bubbly froth, and he's gonna bloop on his head.
And that's Igor with his bubble crown.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Was there anything else you'd like to do?
He's gonna pretend to be Wendell, like, yes, get me more stuff, do this for me, Igor. He's gonna be having a good time in the bubble bath.
Awesome. That's what I like to see.
Make a bubble
Alright, go
mustache and beard. Just,
Yeah, he'll do a bubble beard and mustache.
And that's exactly what you'll have on you when Wendell comes to say hello to you, to check on you. All right, Wendell and Harlan, you're still downstairs with the emotionally bereft and upset.
I've been
Varna
doing what I can to console him, and it could have been much worse, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, I do really appreciate your assistance. I don't know what to think at this point. Do you know of anyone who could provide me protection on a regular basis? I have to worry about the drow now. I have to worry about cultists coming after me and invading my home. You wouldn't be willing to do something like that, would you?
Well, I do have the wine business to tend to, but I might know some people. So let me ask around a bit, because of course you don't need only the best. So
He's like light kind of pops into his eyes. He grabs you by your arm. Wendell,
yes.
I need you to help me find out who these brass hands are. I need to know why they're continuing to come after me. I need if you could find them, if you could help. He's squeezing really hard now.
Mm-hmm.
If you could help me find them, I can talk to my friends on the council and we can drive them out. We can destroy them if we have to. I won't be able to sleep until I know I'm safe. I don't know what to do at this point.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Don't
It's starting to
worry.
get painful, your
Yeah.
arm where he's grabbing.
Try not to wince. We will get to the bottom of this. I assure you when I clap him, like, on the hand. Like, maybe if I clap
He like
Listen.
notices what he's doing. He's like, I'm sorry.
You've had quite a night. So.
I believe I'm going to take one of the other rooms and call it an evening.
That sounds a good night's rest, which, I mean, I know it's going to be hard to fall asleep, but once you fall asleep, I think you'll... The exhaustion of the evening.
He grabs the second half of the Hassid Pfeffer bottle and he goes, I believe this will help this evening. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this with me.
Oh, no. Of course, it's...
Harlan, Wendell, your rooms, I'm sure are ready. I'm just not myself right now, and I hope you do understand, and I apologize.
Of course.
You're a gracious host.
Thank you very much, and you sleep well.
Thank you both. And he walks out kind of like absent-mindedly as he heads out.
Wendell,
Harlan?
perhaps we should take him up on his offer.
There's bodyguards of this place. Potentially. I think getting to the bottom of this, because if we can just get rid of the cult, he'll have no need.
He may need protection until then.
Of course. I might know some people. I know Hal knows some people, but I don't know how trustworthy they are. But
Contact your people.
I will.
And I think I should retire also.
Yes, it is getting a bit late, and I'll kind of like look at. I'm sure there's like a grandfather clock or something in this room. It's nice parlor.
Yeah.
Yes, I will do the same myself. Make sure that Igor is in bed.
Good night, one.
Good night, Harlan. And I will go up to check on Igor.
All right, Harlan, you're led to your room. It is an acceptable, comfortable room, exactly as you expect. And so we'll come to you in a moment. But we're going to check on Wendell, checking on Igor. You hear the splashing before you get to Igor's room.
You're also gonna hear muffled commands of, "If Igor, do my linens and laundry, make sure you fold it properly and lo."
Definitely have a big ol' eyebrow cocked. So I step around the corner. And I probably see a bunch of plates and bottles and...
There are 3
Oh.
trays of mostly eaten desserts. There are 3 bottles of wine, empty, lying stood by the tub. There are bubbles on the floor from the tub. There is a crown of bubbles on Igor's head, and a beautiful mustache and beard adorning his face.
My mustache is so beautiful.
Is it
back is
now?
too-
Hi, master. I'm taking a bath and
Having...
he's gonna wipe off the bubbles real quick. I'm cleaning my face.
Yes.
My hair, and he's got just like a few wisps of hair. He's mostly bald, including my hair, and they said you said it was all right per master's permission to have stuff, so I had stuff. So thank you, master, for being so kind and great. And he's splashing the water a bit. He's a little drunk.
You had quite a lot of stuff, didn't you, Igor?
Oh yes, master. They're bringing me more too. Do you want some?
No, they are not. They're not bringing you
What are
more.
you talking about, master?
No. Just... You're...
At this point, Igor, roll me a con save.
I know.
Get drunk, Igor. Okay.
I'm thinking more of the combination of the wine and the
What,
dessert.
and the
high
sugar?
sugar, yeah.
That's a bad combo.
He rolled a 7.
Us.
With your con mod, is it 7?
Yep.
That's
Oh, no.
Okay. At this point, as your master is looking at you, and slowly judging you and chastising you slightly for the amount of excessive eating and drinking you've done, and your belly starts to kind of rumble, gurgle. It backs up a bit. You start getting that taste of wine in your mouth. It's really hard to hold on.
Igor, you know that you're not supposed to have this much sugar, plus this much wine, plus the heat from that tub. I don't know how you're not just positively ill. Right now.
Master, doing me bath.
Oh, it's all hitting you at once right now, isn't it? It's just right now.
It is going to be projectile
Oh, no!
onto Master. He's going to projectile vomit on Master. If he can, or at least on your legs. Master. Oh, that feels so good.
He's just trying really hard to keep it together right now. And he's going to say, Igor,
Yes.
just clean this up.
Yes, Master, right away.
And then go to bed.
Drunk, naked Igor is going to spill the tub of bubble water over.
And puke,
He's
because
trying
there's
to
puke in it.
climb
There's
towards-
puke in it now,
He's
too.
going to be climbing on his belly through vomit and suds and water with a knocked over bath towards Master.
No,
gonna
don't
try
clean
to-
me up. Clean up this other... I'm leaving. You're going to... Just Go to bed.
Okay, he's going to keep crawling towards
Go
you.
to bed.
Almost clean you.
No, someone else will take care of it. Go.
He's got naked Igor butt in the air as he's like sliding on his belly towards you and the vomit and the suds.
All right, Randall, do you leave the room now?
I do. And I
Okay.
I immediately look for another servant, and I'm like...
The servant's coming back. He's got another plate of desserts and another bottle of
Just gonna
wine.
see. Like, I held up a hand to him, and it's probably pretty obvious what happened inside on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he's cut off from wine and dessert. He needs a glass of water, or several, and there is, I apologize in advance for his behavior, an atrocious mess on the other side of this door.
Yes, I do appreciate that. I'm just so happy for what you all done for our master. So
Yes.
I might have gone a little overboard in providing him a bit of a
and
respite.
I require a bath drawn at once.
Of course.
Yes.
As soon as I get the water for Igor, I will have your bath drawn.
Yes. And
Alright,
he's
sweet.
just gonna, like, walk to his room and just peel off articles of clothing and just...
I'll have to burn that later.
Yeah, basically. Like, this
All right.
is a loss.
Yeah, as you prepare for your bath, let's head back downstairs to Hal and Lamont. Now, as you've both been looking at the mechanics of this cracked open construct, you heard your companions head upstairs. It's getting late. Both of you are tired. Both of you have gone through a bit, Hal more so than some. The front of your body just feels bruised at this point, Hal. What are you doing at the...
I'm like wiping off this heart thing. I'm looking at it, and
Mhm.
I say to Hal, "Can I ask you a question?"
I mean, technically that is a question, but sure. Ask me a question.
Okay. Smart ass. I'm just funning you. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. No, why would they try to kill this guy, right? What did he
I
do to
don't-
piss off these particular people, right?
From what Wendell was saying, they weren't trying to kill him. They were trying to get information out of him. And you can't do that if you kill somebody. I would know.
All right. Well, he's pissed off the wrong people.
I don't think he knows what these people want. I mean, they're after a vault, but I don't think he has any idea, like, what this vault is, where it is, whose it is.
They're trying to get in his vault. Is that plate with the name on it, can that be removed? Can you pull that thing off of there?
No, it's like etched in there.
What's the name again?
Boondiggle.
Boondiggle. Is that the Tinkerer guy, you think?
I have no fucking clue. I've never heard that name. I'm sorry, that was really aggressive.
It's all right. It's all right. You're fucking right. So the deal is that this Tinkerer guy, you know, he signs his work, right?
Yeah, I'm sure if we had gotten that other one that y'all said there was, they would have been the same thing.
Telling you.
Look
we
at
gotta-
that medallion you've got. See if it says Boondiggle on it.
I don't think so. Did it?
No.
No. It's like
It was worth a shot.
it's their secret Dakota ring, or just their little merit badge they get for being assholes. No, I mean
Yeah, it's probably
now.
their Cool Scout badge.
But here's the thing, and I like kind of, you know, lean in a little bit. Like, what's in the vault?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. And what is
You're not
with
the
you in
least-
my personal space, dude?
I like lean back and I telepathically say, "What's in the vault?"
I don't know, man.
You're not the least bit curious what they want to know from this guy?
I care about two things, okay?
Okay.
My pack and not dying.
Your backpack?
No, my pack.
That's your favorite backpack?
No. My family.
Okay. I respect that. Is that what they call that's a pack? Yeah, Sure.
I don't know.
okay.
That's what I call my family. What do you call your family?
Dead, as far as I know. But
That's fair.
here's the thing. We gotta know what's in the vault. You know,
Why?
that's gonna keep me up all night.
Normally, treasure is in a vault, like gold.
No, these people don't care about gold. They've got it. They've got
you
all the
sure?
money they want.
Are you sure? Because they wear like brass things on their face, so I don't think they.
They're not robbing this guy. He's got something really cool.
But
in the
apparently, he doesn't have it.
vault. So he says.
That's fair.
Nah, something going on. Listen, apparently we're all about to crash, right?
Oh yeah, bed. Yeah,
It's been a long night. You're a little banged up.
that's fair.
So
Yeah, I fell off a 2-story fucking building. That was not fun.
that would suck. There's no doubt about that. And listen, I was standing there looking at you, and I'm sorry that I couldn't catch you. This guy came out of nowhere, tackled you,
I don't blame you. It's
couldn't
all-
get over there. Listen, if I'm actually going to go to sleep, it's important that someone know that when you see me again, it won't be me. Okay?
Hold up. Back up.
Weird
The
shit
fuck
happens
you
when
got?
I go to bed. Weird shit happens when I go to bed.
Weird shit happens when you go to bed. Like what? Like you sleepwalk? Like you talk in your sleep? Like you become a demon? What?
I don't know. I don't know that I become a demon any more than really, I already am. But no demons. But I have walking spells. I do I have gotten up and walked around from time to time.
Uh-huh.
I've made tea. I've clearly used the bathroom when I don't remember using the bathroom.
Okay.
Clearly talked to people that I don't remember talking to.
Do you want someone to stay in the room with you? Do you prefer to be locked in your room? What's the preference here?
I just wanted to let somebody know,
All right.
like a buddy system kind of a thing, I check
Yeah.
in.
Hey, I have like night terrors, so
Uh-huh.
yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. If you hear screaming, it's probably me.
All right. And I hold out my hand. Dreamers.
Dreamers.
You want to sneak into Varna Siffa's room, shake him down, find out what's in the vault?
No.
Because I was thinking about doing that in the middle of the night.
Let's
Did I
not.
say that out loud?
Yeah, you did. You said it in my head, so
Yeah, see, I didn't say it out loud, but I
I
was
don't
still
think
talking
it's
to you.
technically out loud.
Okay, good. So, is that a no?
That's a no.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Because I could scare the hell out of it.
I know you can. You're kind of super creepy.
Piss his silk sheets and tell us what kind of cool shit's in that vault.
He doesn't. I don't think he knows. Can you get in his head? I know you can talk in my head. Can you look in his head?
I've
Is that a
tried.
thing?
No, he'd have to tell me, I think. I'm working on it.
I mean, you could freak him out by talking in his head and being like, "Oh, this is a ghost. Tell me all your secrets."
I've tried the ghost thing. Problem is, I have to be in the room, and it makes it tricky. I was
Well-
gonna do a bed sheet and cut the eyes out, but I don't think it's.
Well,
as
he
effective.
does have a roof access thing. In that area. You could be like, "Yo, I'm the ghost of your father. Take me to the vault."
Ooh, ghost of your father. You're good at this, and I
it's-
love rooftop access.
Okay.
Is there
yeah.
anything better than latticework rooftop access on a building? It's
I don't like heights.
oh. well,
I
that
just
would
kind
slow
of,
that down. I respect that.
yeah, I just took a really bad fall, so not the biggest fan right now.
I can't eat
A
anything.
young woman comes in. It's like, your rooms have been prepared. If you wish to go to bed, I I heard you still talking out here. Well, I heard one of you talking out here in the hallway.
I talk to myself from time to time.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Would you like me to escort you to your room?
That'd be fantastic. You got any food? I'm like really hungry.
What would you like?
Meat.
Ooh.
Cooked or raw?
Like, partially cooked.
Rare. Fair. The master likes rare. We'll bring you a ham. Would that be fine?
Oh, that'd be great.
An entire ham?
At least a side of ham.
Yeah, I don't need like a whole ham.
You said
Just
a
like-
ham.
A ham. I need the whole thing. No.
Generalizations, but it's. Would you like a ham as well, sir?
You know, the help around this place is getting on my nerves a little bit. You guys
I'm sorry, sir.
a little presumptuous, okay? And you got to check your tone,
They're,
okay?
they're
Now, this
doing
person
their
wants
job.
Of
some
course,
barely
sir.
cooked meat before she goes to bed.
I'm getting that for her, sir.
Lamont, it's fine. It's fine.
Man.
I got it. I got you, bro. It's fine.
All right.
It's fine.
All right. All right, I'm going to count to 4.
I just kind of like wave the help off, like go.
She runs towards the kitchen.
1. 2.
Yep. 3
It's
comes
not
next.
working. It's
3.
not working.
Say 3. Do it.
3. I want to know what's in the vault.
Then go freak out Wendell, man.
4.
Go try. Do it. I dare you.
Wendell? No,
Not
Sif-
Wendell.
Yeah,
That'd be
Barna.
funny.
I'm already freaked out, Wendell.
Whichever pompous fuck owns this house.
And I just start laughing out loud.
And on that, we'll leave you guys as you head towards your bedrooms for the night, and let's go check in on Harlan.
Yeah.
You've been in your room for some time now. Was there anything you wanted to do before bed?
Well, yes. First thing I do is, as I enter the room, I close the door, walk to the middle of the room, and then I pull out my watch. I say, shame. 2 seconds off again. Interesting. And then he flips his spellbook open and writes the time in the margin of the spellbook. And he closes it. And then he begins cleaning and sharpening his swords. After which he studies his spells. After which he goes to bed.
Okay. You find yourself falling asleep pretty quickly.
Exactly when, well, 2 seconds
Exactly
off.
when you meant to.
2 seconds off.
I'm 2 seconds off. All right. We'll check in one more time with Igor as Harlan drifts off to sleep. Igor, give me another con save.
Alrighty. Uh, 15.
Okay. You're starting to feel a bit better. Your stomach is not rumbling quite as much. It seems that some of the wine has passed, and what was left of what was in your stomach has been cleaned up off the floor. So you feel like you could probably get to sleep now.
Okay, Igor will still partly messed up, kind of. Well, did the servants help him clean it up?
Yes. Well, actually, they did most of the cleaning. They just kind of like let you putter around and cleaned around you.
Okay, then Igor's just gonna just crawl into the bed and just like face plant into it, butt in the air, no bed sheets on him, just funk and kind of in the slump position, just kind of his head hanging off the side of the bed, drool on the bed, and pass out.
Okay. And you're out for the night. That leaves us with Wendell.
Yes.
Your bath has been prepared, and you are now luxuriating in the warm water.
Oh, thank goodness. I've gotten all the Igor off of me. It's just ugh.
It's taken some scrubbing.
Don't forget to check behind your ears.
Don't worry, very thorough. It's just ugh. Yes, and so now that I've gotten it all off, I'm just luxuriating, relaxing, and thinking about how much just favor I've garnered with this nobleman who has money. Because my initials do spell wealth, and so, it's constantly on my mind. And just how I can get a good wine deal out of this, and, just thinking about... I'm also, glaze over the events of the day. I'm like, yes, I was quite amazing there with that Eldritch Blast. I mean, he totally would have murdered Hal if it hadn't been for me. And
as you're recounting your heroics,
yes,
you hear in your mind, I found that part quite interesting as well. Am I interrupting?
No, not at all. Just perfect timing.
Oh, as your benefactor, I imagine that I can't have bad timing if I wish to speak with you.
Of course not. Your timing is just especially impeccable.
Now, I believe it is. For the amount that I've invested in you, I think I have earned a bit of leeway for requests and expectations.
Of course.
So, is this wine dealer, is he going to be coming to our side? Are you recruiting finally?
Well, yes, I be getting you recruitment? Yes?
Wendell,
Yes.
part of our agreement was my power
Yes.
traded for you bringing more souls to me.
Yes, that is correct.
That's why I
was-
got my title benefactor.
Yes.
I benefit you, and you benefit me.
Well, he is looking for extra protection, and you have been very helpful in that department.
Are you using the sales pitch I gave you?
No, I'm planning on pitching it in the morning. You said I needed to convert 2 people? And then,
At least, well, you start
Yes,
with
start
2,
with
and then
2.
they get 2.
oh, yes.
And the power, like I give you the power, it goes down to them, and then as they gain the power as well, some goes up through you to me. You end up being at the top. You get the best part. Of course. I mean, of course, I'm above you. I get all of that, but
Yes.
you still haven't brought any souls to me.
Well, I was doing my very thorough research, but I feel like I'm going to begin tomorrow on conversions. I just, I had to get the right sales
Wendell,
pitch.
This is the 4th time you've told me you're going to begin tomorrow.
Yes. Is it really? I'm not very good at keeping count of it. Yes. Well, I definitely believe that Mr. Siffa would be one to convert, as he is very nervous right now, and you just offer so much security.
Do you believe he'll bring to me?
Well, he is a man of influence and power. His servants are very loyal. He could potentially just bring all of them in. That's like what, 12 people right there.
Oh. That's acceptable.
Extensive stuff. And if not, he's also just very well known, and he knows people. Good contacts.
Well, Wendell, I don't want you to think I'm trying to rush you. I know you're dealing with a lot of things in your family, and I've always just tried to be there to support you. And I want you to know, I am proud of the way you harnessed my power today. That one trick you did with the door, I found quite interesting.
Yes,
I was writing along.
First time I've actually gotten to use those what are they called? Eldritch blasts?
Oh, that's just a term for it, really.
I mean,
But
just in the book.
the deftness with which you used it, I thought I'd reward you.
Oh.
Look at the table beside your tub.
I nervously glance over.
There is a book there. It's an old book.
Ooh.
Buckles on the top. It glows faintly with a bit of eldritch power itself. I know you're interested in gaining more power. Oh, yes, that's it right there. I know you're interested in gaining a bit more power. I want you to know that I'm interested in you trying as well. Just think of it as a down payment on the souls you owe me.
Of course, this is a very generous gift. And he kind of he's looking at the book like, hello, knowledge. Very looking forward to thumbing through this after, of course, I've recruited, maybe a little before, but definitely not taking the time that I would normally spend recruiting. That's
Of course.
tomorrow. Yes.
Remember, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Starting tomorrow.
Yes, I'll practice my pitch tonight before bed.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wendell, I'm looking forward to all the new friends we'll have.
Boy, won't that be a time.
It will. Enjoy your bath.
Of course.
And you feel the presence kind of leave your mind as it does, and you're left alone.
He's done with his bath now. He's just like, well, that was nice while it lasted, and he's gonna get some paper out. I'd say like a dry erase board, but that's not really a thing. And he's just gonna start drawing out something before he goes to bed. A plan.
Okay.
He's gonna formulate a plan.
We'll leave you there formulating plans, and then we'll go check in on Howl. You made it to your room. You were brought your ham. Is there anything else you'd like to do before bed?
No. I will eat the ham. And then I'll take off all my armor. Inspect how bruised I am.
Your entire front side is one large bruise.
Yep, figured. I've had worse. Yeah, I'll just plop down on the bed and pass out as soon as possible.
Okay, great. We'll go over to Lamont, the last to make it to bed. You've been brought a ham as well by a different servant than the one you were yelling at.
Don't yell at the help, they're used to it.
Ah, yes, the ham.
Yes, sir. Is there anything else you prefer?
This is a cooked ham.
Yes, sir.
It's not. I'm not going to bite into it and find that it is an undercooked ham.
I do not believe so, sir.
You guys got any trains, any loud noises nearby I should be aware of? You know, anything gonna
No,
wake me
sir.
up?
It's
No?
quite a quiet neighborhood.
No manufacturing going on?
Not in this area, sir.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen.
Yes, sir.
Be safe out there. All right.
Yes, sir.
And then I proceed to, before he leaves the room, pull the mattress off the bed frame.
Okay.
Strip the sheets off of it.
Okay.
And just rearrange most of the furniture in the room so that the mattress is on the floor. And then I'm going to take a chair and lift it on top of me and then lay it over my upper torso so that all four legs are on either, above and below my shoulders, mostly pinning me to this mattress. I'm going to put the plate with the rest of my ham on top of the chair. And then I'm going to realize that I didn't have a glass of water before I went to bed, but now I'm in this thing, so I can't get up now. And I attempt to go to sleep.
All right. You quickly fall asleep.
Thank you.
Everyone is sleeping now. And it is a restful sleep for all. But for some, dreams come. Harlan, you don't remember dreams. You have premonitions. You have divinations. They come occasionally, but not often. Tonight, you find yourself sleeping restlessly. You find yourself standing before a simple altar in a dark enclosure of some kind. The sound of ticking echoes throughout the space and through your mind. The altar is marble and shaped like a timepiece of strange design. You're unfamiliar with it. There are 5 hands on the face of the timepiece, and each are shaped strangely and point to a different time along the numbered dial. The altar hums with strange magics. You feel the hair stand on your body from the energy. You look up from the altar and now notice a tall figure dressed in shining golden robes that are covered in symbols of silver embroidery that resemble some of the markings on the altar before you. The person there is tall and stands with their arms outstretched as if pleading with the god for exaltation. They're chanting in a language which is strange to your ears, but recognizable as a ritual or a spell of some kind. You know you can control your dreams. You can act in them. Do you wish to do anything?
I will try to remember as much of this wording that he's using.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll just try to recall every detail that you've given me so far.
Okay. You just stand there and take in. You look at the 5 hands on the clock as you're trying to remember. You're trying to imprint this scene in your mind. And one of the hands of the clock is the symbol from the medallions of the brass hand.
Okay. And I see a gold figure, and he's facing away from me.
A tall figure facing away from you, looking off into the darkness. You can't see what he's focused on. His hands are outstretched like this, and he's chanting a ritual or spell.
Can I move around to see him?
Yes.
All right, I'll attempt to do that.
Okay, are you going to walk in behind him or try and walk in front of him?
I am going to try to... if there was I'm a wizard, right? If there was a ritual circle, I'm staying out of that circle.
You do not see a ritual circle there.
No, if there was, even if there's an invisible one.
Okay, you do not see. You just see him standing there.
Okay, I'm gonna move off to the side to see if I can get a better view. Of the figure's face.
The cowl of his hood is pulled forward. It's hard to see, but he is of like height with you.
Well, I don't want to interrupt his ritual. I mean, I'm not a barbarian. I guess I'll just stand there and wait for him to finish.
You stand there for an indeterminate time, and then you see the head cocked to the side a bit, and it turns to look towards you.
Oh, hello.
And you see standing before you.
Mm.
And he looks at you and he kind of cocks his head again. He's, "Not now, you fool. It's way too soon." And he grabs you by your coat, by your clothing, and pushes you back.
Mm-hmm.
And the dream ends. You fall hard and fast asleep.
I mean, obviously that wasn't me, because I wouldn't be caught dead in that gold robe.
Of course. You'll have no other dreams for the night until you No. Maybe. You don't.
I was just joking about that.
You don't know.
I don't know.
It's not fair.
You're sleeping fitfully. Your body hurts. I mean, it's bad. But you finally get some sleep. And like you've said before, you have issues with your dreams. You have night terrors because things you don't understand come to you in your dreams. Some of them repeat. Several of them repeat. One of the ones that repeats is the one that you're having now. You find yourself in a darkened room. It's hard to see. Your peripheral vision is not telling you what else is in here. All you can focus on is this faceless man on the ground below you. He's injured and pleading for his life. He asks you to think of his family. Asks you to think of his children. He's done nothing to you. You really don't have anything against this man. You know that. Inside, you understand it's not him, really. He made something that should have never been created. And now you have to take it from him and ensure that it can never be created again. He pleads. He doesn't cry. And for a moment, you almost recognize the facelessness kind of forms and then fades away. It's hard to focus on it, but you know you're standing over him. You have to kill this man. So you harden your heart for what comes next. And the familiar pain in your arm blooms. And you do know what happens at this point.
You said I recognize this person?
For a moment, you thought you did, but you weren't sure.
Okay. And do I have an idea of who it might be?
Maybe. Give me an intellect check.
Oh god, I'm not smart. 11.
No.
No.
It's just a passing fancy that maybe you know. It's the first time that you've ever had this feeling in this dream. But things change from time to time. You've gone under a lot of pressure.
All right.
And that's
I probably wake up, not necessarily screaming. I feel like that's one of the more tame of her dreams.
Mhm.
But she probably like jerks awake in a motherfuck kind of thing.
When you wake, you find your knife in your hand.
Oh, god damn it. I'll kind of sit up in bed, inspect it the way I always do, close my eyes, and put it away.
Okay. All right. And you sleep restfully for the rest of the evening. And last of our dreamers this evening, Mr. Lamont Quinlan. You're in your contraption. It takes you a little while to sleep. And it's really hard to focus on you like that. But you're that other guy in your dream. There's this guy you keep dreaming about. You're him for the dream, but it's just strange because you don't recognize anything about it. You're spending time in his workshop again. It's dark in the room around you, but you approach a workbench, and it's illuminated by a blue glowing orb. You recognize that this orb works on magic and mechanical principles that lie just outside your grasp to comprehend, but are familiar to this guy in your dream. You're surrounded by tools and technology useful for what you plan to do today. Because today, you're working on improving a mechanism that isn't as efficient as you would like it to be. It doesn't do what you want it to be right now. And you just have to tinker with it until you get it just right. Tinker. You love the sound of that word. It makes you smile every time you utter it or when you hear it on the street. People know you as a tinkerer. While you're daydreaming, you inadvertently score the side of a project and mark it with an ugly scratch. You tisk yourself, and you set the item down. And then with a wave of your hand, you cast a simple spell. And the scratch just lifts away and disappears from the project for good. And you smile. It's good as new. A tinker just isn't a tinker without his mending spell. And then you wake up from the dream. Fresh on your mind. You're sitting in that contraption you've built on your floor.
Who is it? Who is it? God.
The idea of that mending spell is in your mind, and you see right next to you the cracked heart.
And I launch the chair, just
Okay.
throw my arm up.
Okay.
The ham is flying, and get up and rush on my knees over to the blue heart and unwrap it.
Okay. You see the heart
Stare
there?
at it.
It's cracked. It's
Is
broken
Is it still glowing?
slightly.
Does it make any noise?
No. But your hands tingle now.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna and grip this thing so hard that I could break it. I'm like furious with this thing.
Mhm.
I want to destroy it just as much as I want to see it fixed. This little son of a bitch.
Do you try to replicate what you did in the dream?
I try to cast a spell from a lost future that I half remember. And I'm furious about it.
As you replicate what you saw in the dream that you've seen so many times before but never thought to try it on something, you watch as a bit of glow comes around your fingers and the orb starts to slowly repair itself. It's not complete, but something changed. Part of the crushed side extended, separated, and became whole again. They're still not completely repaired, but with a little practice, you now control the mending spell for some reason.
And I stand up and just go woohoo, like at the top of my lungs in whatever time it is.
And as you release the energy of the spell and you get excited, the use of accessing magic like this that you've not ever used before to your knowledge drains you and you pass out there on the floor.
It's great.
Oh, when is this happening? Is this happening after I wake up kind of thing?
This might be happening around the same time, so you'll hear the woohoo.
Be like, what the fuck? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay.
Wendell just rolls over going, not now, Igor.
You open the door into Lamont's room, the room that you saw him go into, because you recognize that sound, and he is passed out, face down on the floor in the wreckage of what was his room.
What the fuck?
But you see, lying beside him, the partially repaired heart of the construct.
I'm gonna pick it up and kind of inspect it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I can clearly tell it's been somewhat repaired.
Yes. But not with tools. It's smooth.
It's clean.
Interesting. I'm gonna look around, find a blanket, kind of put it over Lamont, tuck the orb next to his head kind of thing because he's fucking weird. And then I'll go back to my room.
Okay. All right, so everyone goes back to sleep. Morning comes. You all wake restfully, recharged, full health points.
Harlan quickly jots down every single thing he can remember into his journal.
Mm-hmm.
Then he spends the rest of the day taking every step just a tenth of a second earlier.
Okay. All right.
Wendell's up bright and early. Probably the first one up. The birds have just begun to start singing with the dawn.
Okay.
And he's looking at his hard work from the night before. So now he's had some time to sleep on it. And it's basically just confirms his actions. It's a diagram of there's a triangle in one corner, and he's almost at the top but not quite. And then there's just a bunch of dots and some math equations next to it, and then underneath in a separate boxes, list of most gullible types of people. Peasants is number 1, and then it goes into the subgroups of peasantry.
Okay.
Some are crossed out, but 2 are highlighted, and it's orphans and homeless people.
Okay.
And he has his plan for the morning.
All right. You come downstairs. Breakfast is prepared.
I crack open Igor's door first, and I'm like, oh, he's not dead.
Igor's the same way he went to bed, butt in the air, half hanging off the bed, drooling.
Alright.
He's out.
If drool's still coming out, he's not dead, and I'll just close it back.
Okay.
Go downstairs.
All right. You head downstairs. The servants are already ready. Breakfast has been prepared. They offer to bring you a plate if you wish.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
So a plate is prepared for you and set on the table, and you can eat in silence until your friends come down. Who's the next to get up?
Igor's going to be the last.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Lamont gets up with all the fervor and energy of someone with a terrible hangover. I'd like to think he's hit his head at least once in the night, either from the chair on top of him or just passing out cold after his first dalliance with the mystic arts. And so, I mean, like the time you see the guy come in, he's hung over his hell, and he lurches over to the coffee, you know? I like pouring the coffee.
You go over there, and it's just an empty, pitcher.
The equivalent.
Yeah, just it's over there. There's nothing. There's no coffee there. But the servant look at you doing that and are like, "Sir, would you like some coffee or juice or something?"
And I look them right in the eye, and after a long pregnant pause, I say telepathically, "Yes."
Black?
Black.
Right away, sir. And they come back with a mug very quickly.
And I take it. Thank you. And I go sit down, across from Wendell.
Okay.
Like we're sitting together, but we're not.
No, what? There's so much space at this table.
I sip my coffee and say telepathically to you, I had a dream of a half-remembered future where existence was a perfect possibility and every moment was an apple of gold.
Wendell kind of just looks at you out of the corner of his eye. Definitely. If his mustache wasn't so magnificent and covered so much of his face, you'd definitely see that he's got this kind of guy's crazy look. He's going to mentally reply to you with his telepathy. That's nice.
What do you dream about?
Power. And money. Lots and lots of money.
Oh, yeah, but you said power first.
But yes, usually with one comes the other.
What do you think this guy's got in the vault?
I don't think he knows where the vault is.
Yeah.
He's far too fragile. He would have spilled the beans if he had known where it was.
Well, that's even better, wouldn't you say? If
Yes.
it probably exists and this guy doesn't know where it is.
Potentially, yes.
I mean, he's pissed off a cult that,
Yes.
doesn't need the money.
The cult,
you know?
the cult definitely doesn't need the money. I can think of a couple people who do.
Yeah. Yeah, I can think of two who are having breakfast right now.
Gets the side eye again, but this time less, though. Oh my gosh, you're fucking crazy on his face. Yes, I believe that we should look into this endeavor. I have a few appointments this morning, but after that, it might be good to investigate further this cult.
I have no life, so I'm going to drink this coffee and then case the joint.
Right.
All right. I imagine at this point, Hal and Harlan are at the table.
One thing before I come down. You said that I saw 5 hands with 5 different symbols.
Yes.
Did...
You only recognized one.
Could I have seen any of the others, drawn one of their symbols?
Well, they're a little bit more intricate. Why don't you give me a straight intelligence check to see how well you remember it?
intelligence check. There we go. Oh, click.
Okay.
7.
You can remember 2 others. The symbols are basically like the medallion.
Mhm.
They each start with the cogwheel as a background. As they go beyond the basic hand, they start to have more and more symbols on them. One of them is a tower in front of a pyramid, and the other is an eye that has inside it a clock. Those are the only 2 that you could really replicate.
Okay. Well, I will draw them to the best of my abilities, and then I'll take them down with me. And when I get to the table, I'll put them on the table, and then I'll actually make 2 more, but like I'll put just a question mark over them.
Okay.
And well, I think we have these to deal with. I had a vision last night, and
There weren't golden apples in there, were there?
no
Good.
golden apples.
Right.
But
Tell us of your vision.
there was a golden me. Ugh.
Gold is not your color.
Yes, he looked terrible.
Or you saw yourself in your dream?
Yes, I saw myself in the dream. And when I was... Before I saw myself, I saw an apparatus with this symbol, and I'll pull out the hand cogwheel. But it also had others, and I'll show them drawings I did. They looked something like this, but I could not recall the other ones. Perhaps the dream will come back to me.
What does it look like? I with keen interest, I look at his sketch.
Well, one is a cogwheel with a pyramid with a tower in front of it, and the other one is an eye with a clock inside of it. Right.
Do I recognize the pyramid in the tower?
Nope.
Well, you dream you saw yourself. That means you're intuitive. I saw myself too last night.
You did.
I did.
And what did you see?
I was fixing things.
Wendell's just kind of like, this is not at all. Like, this guy is crazy. He's back to this guy is insane because this is nothing at all. Like he said, I had a dream and it's just completely different. So he's just making things up now.
I was fixing things, and I was very good at fixing things.
Good at fixing things.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you fix?
Oh, machines. Complex machines.
Oh, those things.
Kind of like that. And I point at the eye with the clock in it. Things that go around and around.
Just kind of looks at you for a moment.
Igor, by this time you can start coming down for dinner. I'm sure you're awake by now, and I'm sure Hal's at the table just ignoring Lamont.
Igor's gonna stumble down sick and not feeling well, kind of disheveled look to him, and just go sit at the table, and he's gonna look at food, smell food, and he's just gonna move away from it.
Okay.
I keep making...
Coffee Drinkers Club.
There you go. I keep making eye contact with Harlan as Igor comes in, and I sip my coffee, and I'm like, you know who else likes to fix things? The Tinkerer.
Tinker.
The High Tinker?
The High Tinker.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
High Tinker,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And not as in a greeting, I'm assuming. I'm assuming it is in the pinnacle of tinker.
You know who this High Tinker is?
I don't.
No.
But I've seen his handiwork. You know, saw those.
No, those mechanical contraptions that one of the ones I brought down.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, we went and did a little. Well, we field stripped the beast, and it is fascinating to say the least. And
Sure it is.
our friend has gone and made some very interesting people mad, or they're interested in him, and I think this we're gonna have to check this High Tinkerer out.
Did you find a more efficient way of killing those abominations?
Not yet.
They were quite difficult.
You have to figure out what makes them tick. I'm gonna have to know more about them, so I can.
I brought you a whole one to examine and look at.
And I appreciate it. Is it the one in the hall?
Yes.
What happened to the other one?
It kept flying. I couldn't. It was just me. I couldn't take them both down.
Okay.
At least not in that amount of time. But not before getting it to a lot of people in public, and then people just start asking questions, and I just didn't feel like it.
As you're talking, one of the male servants comes over to you, Wendell, bows. Sir, my
Yes.
lord would like you to know that he is not feeling well today and won't
Oh.
be joining you, but he asks that you continue to look and work in his favor if possible.
Of course. Told him I would last night, but reassure him that I'll be looking into the matter.
Excellent, sir. Any other messages you'd like me to pass along to him?
Oh, tell him we'll let him know if we find anything of interest to him or his safety, and that I'll be in touch about the wine business.
I will do so, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He backs away.
And I will not stop making eye contact with Harlan.
Oh. Yes, Harlan. No, actually, no. He wouldn't. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't challenge you. No. It's just a useless endeavor. Someone will get hurt. So he'll look away.
Yes, staring, making long, prolonged eye contact is probably a big, taboo in Hobgoblin society. I can imagine it's you wanna fight me, bro?
I love it. Well, and he's sipping coffee. He's kind of got his face concealed like this, and he's got the things on his eyes. He's sipping his coffee.
But when he looks away, he does it with his chin up. Sorry.
And then I telepathically say to Harlan, "We got a name."
Name. I say telepathically back, I guess. Or can I say that?
You can't.
He can respond.
Okay.
The rules say so. Can he respond, Frank?
Yours? You can respond to yours?
Yeah, not mine.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got two mixed up. That's fine. You can respond telepathically.
Yeah, with my thing,
I
it's
can speak
two-way.
to everyone. They just can't
Okay.
talk back.
Boondiggle is the High Tinker.
Boondiggle. Have I heard this name before?
Give me an intellect check. You might have heard it last night. Oh, wow, that's pretty consistent for you there. When you were following the performance that Wendell was doing with the cultists, you did hear a mention of the name Palabar, Boondiggle. It was in
Yeah.
reference to maybe being a leader of the Brass Hands or the leader of the Brass Hands. That's what you would infer from it.
So yes, I have. I recall the name. I believe Palamore Boondiggle. What's his name?
He's a craftsman. He's very good at it. I'd like to know everything there is to know about him and the work that he does. And I think our friend, the rich one, Varna Siffa, get these guys off his back, and then we remove his toenails, and he'll tell us what's in his vault that he says he doesn't know where it is.
Hmm. Oh, yes. Quite brutal. I don't believe that's legal.
All right, fine. What? No one wants to remove the toenails here, and I'm like visibly agitated while we're telepathically communicating. No one wants to do the toenail thing. All right, fine. Scratch the toenail thing.
Got a weird thing with toenails, man.
Here's the thing.
Well, I mean, maybe if we take him out of the city, we can do it.
I'll ask him nicely and give him a kiss on the cheek. Here's what I'm trying to say. Got the high tinker causing trouble, making cool shit. I want to know everything about it. Then you got this one over here in the pants with all the money, right?
Mhm.
What are they so interested in, right? I ask you. You know?
Hal, Wendell, Igor, you see Harlan and Lamont just staring at each other intently, and Lamont is just waving his hands around. It looks like they're having a really in-depth conversation, but it's totally silent, and he's just waving his hands like a man.
I pop into Lamont's brain and I go, "What are you two talking about?"
And I like whip
Igor
around.
starts waving his hands.
I like spill my coffee, like completely turn around and
Yeah, because you've typically initiated with Wendell. Wendell hasn't really initiated with you. And so
Yeah.
I just come, like, barge in uninvited.
that's almost certainly the first time, unless it's happened already,
Uh,
that I can remember.
mm,
I'm like, what?
you heard me. What
Y'all
are you-
intend to include those of us that aren't fucking crazy in this conversation.
I kind
Who's
of
crazy?
Perhaps we should finish breakfast and leave the hospitality of our good friend, Mr. Siffa, and talk at length while we are on our way to investigate some things.
What are we investigating? Aren't we supposed to be protecting this dude?
Well, I encouraged him to get other security so we could look into the matter ourselves.
How are we gonna look into it? They ran off and died, didn't they?
Well, there is that one we brought to Mr. Bilby Zilka.
Yeah, that's fair. What happened with those fucktards that kicked me off the roof?
Turns out they were attempting to protect Mr. Siffa as well, which maybe we should speak to them about contracting some sort of... They apparently, according to the cultists, they took out about 10 of them before they got in, and then we intervened and they got past.
And how do you intend to find them?
But I saw them the first time. It wasn't that difficult.
Well, do I remember watching last week's and
I
they
told
said
you
to
they was
meet
on
them
the roof.
somewhere?
I'm sorry?
Last week, or when I was watching last week's, didn't they tell y'all to meet them somewhere?
They said,
Oh,
they
yes.
said they would meet at the Brass Bottom.
That's right.
Brass
That's
bottom.
what I wrote brass bottom down for. I was like, what did I write that down for? Yes, we had to meet them at the brass bottom, I believe.
When?
I don't. They didn't specify.
Well, maybe we should head there first and take care of the Varna Siffa shit, and then we can take care of the rest of it.
All right. We will. Perhaps they know something more of what's going on. Obviously, if they're trying to protect him, they know something.
They knew enough to want to protect him, so...
Very true. You're going to be good to go, Igor, correct? You're not going to complain about
Ugh,
anything that
Um,
you definitely brought upon yourself.
I'm ready, Master, whenever you are.
Good. Alright, I'm finished, and he's gonna just, put his fork and knife down politely. Alright, let's be off.
Igor is going to slowly push away from the table and stumble out after Master. This time he's a little wilty, but he's getting a little better with some sips of coffee.
Okay. The rest of you?
Do we know where the brass bottom is?
No, you never heard of it before?
Good question.
We can find out. Perhaps we should ask some of the locals.
Right. Okay.
Where's the brass bottom?
Who were you asking?
Just a servant.
I'm sorry, sir. Would you repeat that?
Where is the brass bottom, right?
Oh. I'm not sure what that is. We have, are you talking about a kettle? We have kettles with brass bottoms.
Don't worry about it.
No, sorry, sir. I was not able to help.
It's all right. We might have to ask around.
If this is a hotel, they'd have fired all these people.
It's just, it's not a hotel.
But if it was,
But it's not.
I can express a hypothetical. Y'all need to eat. Y'all are hostile and cranky.
I've already eaten. You're the one making obscene hand gestures at the breakfast table and not eating your food.
And you're the one that trapped yourself beneath a fucking chair.
You
and
did
then,
what?
Like, flipped a shit last night at
really
like
are
4
insane.
o'clock in the morning.
Excuse me. Give me all the bacon you're not going to eat. I want to put it in my pockets.
Excuse you, I'm eating my fucking bacon.
I'm leaving. And he just scoots his chair out.
There's no need.
I take all the bacon I can handle
No.
shove it into my pockets.
I like snap at the servant walking by.
Oh!
It turns. Yes,
Oh
sir.
no.
Bring me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Don't do that.
But sir, I can't give you all of it because the master requires his breakfast soon. But I can give you a good portion, sir.
Maybe you didn't hear what I said.
You're
I
not
heard
the master
exactly
of
what you
this
said, sir.
house.
But your
Come on.
guest, the master requires his breakfast.
And I telepathically say, bring me all the bacon and eggs that you have.
I kind of like grab Lamont by the back of his shirt and start steering him out of the house.
I like set my coffee down as she's pushing me out of the room and say out loud, if this was a hotel, you would be fired.
It's not a hotel.
Of course, sir.
But if it
You're
was-
correct, sir. All right.
Sorry.
Upon getting outside, I have my eyes open for both homeless people and orphans.
Okay. In this region of the city, there are none.
Yes, I assumed as much, but I'm sure we won't stay in this region for long.
Of course. Of course. So, you are now outside on the street. The entirety of Iman is yours to visit, to investigate. You are in the southern part of the Central District. Where is it you plan to start your investigation?
From this point, how far away am I from home?
All right. So you're in the slums
Yes.
outside the wall.
Yeah.
At this point, from where you live in the Little Whitestone slums, it's probably about 2 miles.
Okay.
If we were drow, where would we spend our free time?
All right. So, I gotta bounce for a little bit. I gotta go home, check on some shit.
Alright, but how about we all take care of our personal business?
And then meet back.
Rendezvous for lunch and see
At
if any of
the-
us have yes, at the brass bottom. Yes.
Well, we don't even know what the brass bottom is. Let's meet at Bilby's place.
Alright.
See if we can get some info out of that cultist.
Sounds good.
Must we split?
I mean, we don't have to, but I gotta go home and take care of some shit, and I really don't want y'all to know where I live.
Where do you
Let's all go home with Hal.
what area of town do you live in? Just out of curiosity.
You'll hate it. I live in the southern slums.
Perfect, let's head there.
Motherfucker.
Okay. I was like,
Apparently, I'm taking the whole party home.
I need to look for orphans and homeless people. That's the perfect place to look.
I spent a week in the southern slums sleeping under a bridge. It's great.
But that doesn't surprise me at all.
Okay, so as Hal walks
All right.
towards the erudite quarter and towards the exit to the southern slums in Little Whitestone, does everyone follows?
I follow
Fucking
until I see
apparently.
a nice orphanage.
More I can
Oh
keep.
my god.
All right. So as the sun is slowly rising over the tops of these nice, well-made, beautiful buildings of the Central District outside of where Varna Siffa lives, we'll call it there for the week. We got a lot of role play in, got some dreams, had some fun. We have a plan for next week. We're all going to visit Hal's house.
Yes, and an orphanage, because there's no one more impressionable than children, and if I need people to sell their souls, well.
Right, exactly. So why don't we go around and talk with everyone, hear who they are and what they thought about tonight, what their favorite part was. Let's start again with Igor.
If I could find the mute button, okay. I'm Shiny Pilot 206 playing Igor tonight. Had a great time. That was great. Favorite part, though, I was just thinking about this too, and all the hilarity that ensued tonight, because we had a lot of funny and silly stuff that happened. I'm
gonna choose.
I was gonna say I feel trapped in the moment now because I just had it.
No, it happens when you're the first guy.
Yeah, I know. It was at the I think it was probably a lot of Travis's reactions for his characters were just killing me with like the coffee swing with the what, and the going to the bed with the chair above him with the ham, like all this crazy randomness, and I'm digging it. It's making me laugh. So yeah, find me here, Laugh of Lindy's channel Mondays and Tuesdays, playing with pretty much most of all you guys, and yeah, love it. Had a great time.
Awesome. Okay, let's go down to Mr. Harlan Flipcloak.
All right, yes, D20 coup de grace, playing Magnus Deep Chef tomorrow. Yeah, here and stuff. And I did enjoy the dream, all right, but my favorite part was probably when Igor was in the bubble bath. The idea of it, I just think of the attendant be like, no, stop with the bubble bath. Just bubbles building up above your head.
You would have a mountain of bubbles.
I really pictured that scene. So.
Yeah, that was a great part. Anything else?
Thanks for watching.
Okay, great. All right, so after that, we have our lovely Howl.
Hello, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm here tonight, and then tomorrow I play Emblara Vanastra, the Divine Soul Sorceress. Oh god, favorite part. Okay, I think manhandling Lamont out of the house was my favorite part.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of manhandling Lamont, that's our next guy.
What? Hi. This was the big Igor takes a bath episode, which is a tough act to follow. It's a big trailer moment, you know. It's like a Don Bluth presents Mondays in Exandria, and the bubbles are popping all around Igor's head. But yeah, this was great. Good. This is the most I have ever picked up and run with the plot in any streaming game I have ever played. And I've only been doing it for about 6 months, but I would say this is probably the most active plot advancement I've ever actually personally done. And that is not saying much. So we are all learning here, ladies and gentlemen. These people are fantastic, and I'm falling in love with this game and this character, and I'm having a great time, and Frank is killing it, and I can't wait for tomorrow. When you see me next, I will be in Austin, Texas, getting ready to shoot at WebDM Show. So I will be in a bunker miles below the surface of Austin, Texas, in my war room. So see you then.
All right. Before we pass it over to Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckwaddle, Hassan, Pfeffer the Fourth, it'll go with me. I'm at Deception Check. I'm the DM. You can find me here on Mondays DMing. You can find me on Tuesdays playing Merrick Tenpenny, the not pirate who hates sand. Really, really hates sand at this point, but loves rum. The two don't go together. My favorite part was pretty much the bath. I can't get away from the bath. That was just, I fed Igor everything he ever wanted, and I got everything I ever wanted out of it. So I'm quite happy at that. So this has been fun tonight. Let's pass it over to Lindy to finish off the night.
Yes. Oh my gosh, today was so great. I laughed so hard my mustache half fell off. So that's saying something pretty good there. Doesn't happen easily. But yeah, favorite part. Gosh, there is so many good ones. The bath was classic. I liked Hal just being at the breakfast table, like, you want to share with the rest of the class. Like, I can see what's going on here. So that was pretty great. I can't wait for next week to go see Hal's place. And Wendell is just, he's got a mission and he's gonna achieve it. So I'm sorry to any poor orphan children or homeless people in the city of Emon. You're about to get pyramid schemed so hard into a warlock pact. But anyways, you can find me here DMing tomorrow for Mists of Ravenloft, where I get to put these poor souls through some desert shenanigans. They're gonna get some fortunes told, which that'll be super fun. And yeah, just come check us out here on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can catch previous episodes. I'm uploading a bit of the backlog. Had some issues with a couple things that took a little bit longer, such as getting a new computer, so having to just swap everything on over. But yeah, it'll be super great. Thank you guys so much for watching, checking it out, and we'll let you know when we're going to be doing other cool, fun, and exciting things, because we have cool, fun, and exciting things in the works. Till then, we will see you next time. Bye.